Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Joe CP back here again with another video. And today, I'm going to be bringing you guys a video on the most OP ability in Madden right now. The ability that has a lot of people on Twitter complaining, have pros mad. Some pros have switched to running because of it. A lot of pros have switched from bunch weak to bunch offset because of it. And the ability is bench press. So it's 1 AP in MUT, if you guys didn't know that, so you guys can go ahead and get that. And it's the best cornerback ability in the game. You use it on any DB, but you usually want to use it on cornerbacks. Now, today I'm going to be showing you guys the most effective way of using bench press, and honestly just breaking down why people use bench press, what are the effects of bench press. Now, right here you see Jalen Ramsey, he has bottleneck, he also has bench press. Bench press, what it does on the actual like X Factor thing, and I can show you guys right here when we get into it. But it says you reduce fatigue on press wins, right? So when you reduce fatigue on press wins, if you guys are wondering, like, yo, Joel, just because it's knocking down my fatigue, like, how could this ability be so OP? But the reason behind it is because not only does the press win in general stop your receiver in its tracks, right? So let's just say I press somebody and it stops them in their tracks so that they're not able to go ahead and get off the line, or it messes up their route, or it messes up the timing of their route. Not only does it do that, because bench press and just man press in general, as you guys know, the meta of man press has been very, very good so far throughout the first month of Madden. But on top of that, bench press is going to fatigue him when he wins. So when you do press that guy into the locker room, when you do press that guy, make sure that he doesn't move, he doesn't get off the line, you're also taking fatigue away from him. So when the receiver gets back from the play, he's going to more than likely be yellow, orange, red, could even be dark blue, and his fatigue is going to be super low, which means he's going to run the routes worse. He's not going to be able to beat the man-to-man, not even the press. He's not going to even be able to beat the man-to-man because of how tired he is. He's not going to be able to run routes. He's going to be way slower, and you're going to be able to have an automatic advantage. So a lot of pros have been running 4 bench presses, or at least 3 bench presses, depending on what formation you want to run. But everyone is running bench press right now, so I want to go ahead and break down why it's the best ability to you guys, how to use it in the best situation, and hopefully you guys can go into my head-to-head weekend league and dominate with it. So as you guys can see, Jalen Ramsey all the way to the right side of the screen, checked on number 10, or on top of number 10. He has bench press. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to show you guys real quick in instant replay what bench press does. And then from there, I'm going to break it down what formation, what coverage I like to do it out the most. So as you can see, Jalen Ramsey goes ahead and lights up at the end of the play, well, at the beginning of the play on the right side, right? So even with him not winning that press, like I said, sometimes they do win the press. Let me show you guys right here. He loses the press right here. And not even really loses the press. It's more of he's in a battle with, who is this? He's in a battle with Demir Bird, right? So because he's in a battle with Demir Bird, oh, my bad. I don't know why I just did that. But because he's in a battle with Demir Bird, his fatigue is going to go, but Demir Bird's fatigue is going to go down a lot, right? So this next play, he's going to start off yellow, more than likely, if not red. It just depends on the route. Like, if you put a guy on a streak, you bench press him, 9 times out of 10, the receiver is not even going to be able to come out for that second play off the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to, and if you guys didn't know, to fix fatigue, to make your receivers not as slow, or just not as slow, not as tired. To make your receivers, your running back, any player on your offense or defense not as tired, you just flip through your formations as fast as you possibly can. Just switch between formations. That's why, if you guys are wondering why any pros do that, is because they go ahead and reduce the fatigue and stamina, and improve the stamina on some of their players. So right here, he would have to be at least yellow, if not red. So that means all of his routes are even worse, right? So not only is Ramsey already kind of bagging him right now, his routes are going to be way worse when he gets inside the huddle and comes out for another play, unless your opponent calls a timeout. Now, the big dilemma about this is you only have 3 timeouts throughout the whole entire half, and more than likely you're going to want to keep them. So there's plays where I'll win bench presses on all 4 of my cornerbacks, and everyone is tired. So people have to switch formations, or they'll just have to play with the slow receivers, and it doesn't work out. They're way slower on cuts. They don't get open. They drop the ball. They have a tendency of dropping the ball way more, and their routes are just not going to be as effective. So for the coverage that a lot of people have been running it out of, and just in general I have found way more success out of, is cover 2 man. Now I'm going to show you guys. There's a very big difference between cover 2 man and cover 1 hole. Cover 1 hole, which is something that I was running beforehand, is a 1 high safety coverage, which means everybody is automatically shaded up. right? So you don't shade anything there. It's automatically shaded up. Now, shaded up or over the top means that they won't get burned on streaks. They won't press. So bench press would not be effective because they're shaded over top and they're more worried about getting beat for a touchdown over top, so they don't press. With cover two man, which is triangle at the top of the screen, which is the play that I am going to pick with the two deep safeties, the reason why cover two man is so good is because of the two deeper routes, right? Because not deeper routes, deeper zones, because of the two deep zones instead of one. Um, People are going to, not people, but your cornerbacks are automatically going to play way underneath. They're going to play way shorter. So they're going to be cutting off drags, slants, even motion slants, motion drags, any type of route that beats man for the most part, the cover two man is already going to be good at. Now, you have to imagine, if the cover two man is already blanketing stuff, and it's already jumping slants and drags. Imagine when your player is tired and you try to run, the post that beats people over the top, or your man beater, or someone tries to run a double move. You know what I'm saying? So basically, the reason why it's so good, cover one hole already makes bench press okay, but cover two man makes it way better because they're shaded underneath automatically. So they automatically get a press animation always, and because of that, they're usually going to either win or at least fatigue the receiver enough to mess him up on his route, and more than likely you're going to be able to get a stop off that. So I like to run it out of dime 146. People like to run, you can really honestly run it out of anything. I like running it with the most DBs that I can get on the field because again, it's the most bench press people I can have. Get as toxic as you possibly can. So I like to use 4 bench press, which is 4 AP, even though they will be moving it up. And I'm just telling you guys right now, at the time of this video, it is September 30th when I post this, right? So at the moment, they may not touch bench press AP. But if they do, I'm 110% still going to use it as long as it's a maximum of 3. Because if I can have 3 bench press on the field, I'll be fine with not having anything else. I already don't run edge threats because a lot of people run edge protector, so I feel like I'm kind of wasting. And then acrobat is the only other thing I use. But even though acrobat is really, really good right now, I'm very OP. I'm fine with not using it if I have to use only bench press because that is how good bench press is. So again, I run 4 bench press, which is 4 AP. I run 4 acrobat, which is 4 AP, and then I run 1 inside stuff, which is 2 AP. So those are just what I have usually in terms of abilities on my head-to-head. But yeah, I'm gonna run a cover 2 man right here, and that is the way. And when I come out, all I'm gonna do is press, right? So if you guys don't know how to press, it's triangle or Y if you're on Xbox, and left stick down, and it's as simple as that. I make different adjustments out of it just depending. I don't have any of my safeties in a deep blue unless they're trying to beat me over top or they already have beat me over top. But that's usually what I do. I usually just come out in a cover 2 man, press down, usually out of a 146 or a nickel, just as many DBs as I can get on the field as possible. So either 146, nickel nickel 245. But I'm just telling you guys now, it doesn't matter what formation you're in, as long as you're not in 3-4, 4-3, or even maybe a 4-4. If you're in a nickel dime, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Nickel normal, nickel 245, 3-5, 3-5 wide even. All these formations are gonna work. But if you go into a 3-4 where you have way more linebackers trying to play man-to-man coverage on receivers that are way faster, you're gonna get burned. So that's why I usually like to tell people you want to go ahead and go with nickel. Now, if I go with nickel, I usually am going to sub my linebackers out. So if you guys didn't know that, you guys see right here, Kenny Young, middle linebacker, number 41, 65 overall. And Micah Kaiser, 59, number 59 middle linebacker, 68 overall. So what you do to go ahead and subbing your safeties, you have to make sure that you have more than 2 safeties on the roster. You want to have 4 safeties on the roster. I'm talking about MUT because every single team has 4 safeties on the roster. But all you're going to do is tap R1 or RB, which is the right trigger. Not the right trigger, the right bumper. You're going to tap R1 or RB. It's going to bring up this personnel screen in which I'm going to use either the left stick or the left D-pad to go ahead and maneuver through. And then I can just go ahead and press X and put my safeties in. So this just makes it a way better man-to-man. That's why I kind of like running it out of 245 sometimes too. And it's the same thing with dime 146. Any nickel or dime, you're going to be able to, again, sub in safeties here. And it just makes the man-to-man way better. But yeah, I've just been running a lot of cover 2 man. And I feel like, honestly, bench press is OP. And this is coming from somebody that's, number 2 on the leaderboard. I play a lot of games on my head-to-head. I usually don't lose a lot. So when I do lose to somebody, I like to take note of how I lose. And I haven't really lost the bench press a lot, but I do use bench press. And bench press has been very OP for me, and I definitely think that everyone should be running it right now. When people ask me what are the best abilities in the game, a lot of people like to say under pressure or edge threat in terms of defense. But I think that bench press right now is the best ability in the game, because not only are you going to press people and make them run their routes slower just because you're pressing them, you're messing up their timing on top of the fact that man to man is really, really good. But more importantly, the number one thing about it is the fact that you're taking people's fatigue away from them. So it's like just with a touch of a button, you make the receivers run slower, cut sloppier, and drop passes. So, to match up with the man-to-man meta, it's really, really good right now. And that's why I'm going to go ahead and drop this video as soon as I possibly could, because I want you guys to go ahead and go and mud head and dominate right now. You know what I mean? It's free coins if you go with 3 or 4 bench press and mud head to head and just grind seasons. A lot of kids really can't beat it. But yeah, this is Joel CP. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe down below. I'm going to drop my ebook down below if you guys want to go ahead and check that out. I dropped the Tight Flex ebook. 47 minutes of Tight Flex sub tips, and this is without Hot Route Master. I'm dropping the Hot Route Master update tomorrow. That would be Thursday. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys hit the like button, comment, subscribe. Comment what you guys need in terms of tips. Somebody said this in my Twitch stream, so I was able to go ahead and knock out a quick video. And the quicker you guys give me ideas or things that you guys want to see, the quicker I can go ahead and get them out. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, and I'm out. Peace.